Okay, so for this 180 tall, the first thing that we had to do was eliminate what was here, which was these two fake trees and this cabinet buffet right there. So we got everything out of there. We got everything off of it. It's moved out. We have access to a plug here. So what we got to do now is I'm going to have to wait till Josh gets here, because me and Josh are going to have to lift up the 180 gallon while Jerry and Skylar take the stand and put under there and center it. Then we can put the tank back down. Now, we've decided to go ahead and leave these on and use it as an overflow and run it to the wet dry below for a freshwater system. So the filter will be down there, and then it'll pump back up. We have to cut out these little holes in each side for the returns, wherever we want the returns. There's a hole in each side of these. There's 4 return holes I could use. I could cap off that whole side and just use the 2 returns on this side. I could use all 4 returns however I want to do it. Use one as an overflow and one as a return, and just have water pass through and back down, and just use one overflow as a, we cap off one and we put the bulkheads in the other. So however we decide to do that, but we're going to have to drill the holes in this stand, as this is the stand that did not come. Yeah, this is the stand that came with the tank. So we don't even probably have to drill holes. It should be there. But that's what we're doing next, and keep watching and see what we do. Are you done yet?
You around if you don't stop it.
Okay, let's go into the back. We need a heater for up there. I already found the lights. I'll show you them in a minute. But we definitely need a heater from back here. Let's go back here and see what we got. I really like this light being back here. Okay. Got heaters up here. Lots of new ones. What is this one here? That's a controller to this one. I think this is what we're going to go with. Go up to this. Oh no, that's way too powerful. I think that's like 1,000. There we go. Put that up in there. Definitely too powerful. We'll go with this one. Nice 300 watt glass one. Let me get it out. Okay, we got it out. We're going back. We do have little heater controllers up in here. I'll have to check them out later and see if we can want to hook that up. It's always better to use a heater controller than the little heat thermostat that comes inside of these things. In other words, this you'll turn up to its highest setting, or even turn it up to 89, and then you just plug it into your heater controller. It has a much better thermometer built in and an on-off switch. So that's what we're going to be using. This 300 watt. Let me get back to the tank up here. Okay, so now this is the heater we're going to use. Let me set it down inside of here. Now, preferably, I'd like to mount it sideways like that, right across the center. Now, do you know why? If you got it sideways, right across the center, and you do a 50% water change, it never brings your heater out of the water. Big problem with these glass heaters. You set it up like in the corner, up and down, and then you start letting the water out, and it starts getting hotter and hotter and hotter and hotter. And all of a sudden, you're down here with water, and it hasn't cracked yet. As soon as you put cool water back in and you go back up on the glass, it cracks that glass. Now, it shots your fish, or it fails internally. None of it's good. It's all bad. It could crack and explode, sending little glass pieces all down through the bottom. I've seen that happen before. Mostly, it just cracks the glass, and it's useless because water gets inside. So you have to go buy another heater. So that's why I like mounting the heaters sideways. And then we can have it covered by, put decorations in front of it where you don't see it. It's always a smarter way to go. Okay, now I got to go find a back, a picture of background, and get that set up on the outside of it before I put the tank in there, because when you put the background on, you want to tape it on right at the top edge, middle, and bottom on both sides, but it never falls on you. I always tuck mine down inside this trim on the bottom, and I cut it flush with the trim at the top with a razor blade. And that way it looks good and it stays secure and never comes out. So that's the only thing I can do waiting on Josh, because we can't move this, me and Jerry. So we have to wait on Josh. So I can get that background done. But also what we got to do is we have someone else moving in, and I have to bring the live stream room back out here. So this 90-gallon half-round tank has to be drained and moved out, and then we have to start bringing the live stream out. So I can do this today while waiting on Josh to get here at, I don't know, I think he's getting here 2 or 3 today. And then we can move this tank and get it positioned over to there. So I'll just keep working until he gets here. All right, guys, as promised, Josh is here. So we're going to go ahead and move this tank, do everything I said. And I wish I had a little tripod here. I'd set it on there. All right, so Jerry, me and Josh are going to lift this tank. You're going to slide this stand, it's real light, over here to the wall and then center it in between this cabinet and that cabinet. And then we'll place this back on it.
I'll get that rug out of the way. You don't want that rug under it. That pipe zipper is chasing everybody into the other end of the tank. I got a picture on my phone. He's got everybody all bunched up on the one end of the tank.
But you ain't got to worry about that. This don't have to be moved. This stand is going back here behind the curtain part. So
yeah, but is the rug out far enough that we ain't going to set the stand on it?
Yes. Come over here, Jerry. Over here.
Well, which way are they going with the stand?
We're just walking out that way and leaving you with the stand. 1, 2, 3. Josh says this is too heavy. Not all the way back though, right to the edge of the black and white carpet.
That's where I'm putting it.
All right. Walk towards me. You're not. It's got to come towards you, so tilt it up right. Okay. There you go. There's got a little more. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good job. Now Jerry can get back to fixing these carpets every day. We have to.
I actually like vacuuming here.
None of that needs to be done because we have to get under here. We're going to have to move this tank. We're going to do all this to put the bulkheads in. We're going to go ahead and use these. We can block off one set, use one set, however you want to do it. Use one as an overflow and one as a return. You know.
If we're going to put a center section in, we might as well use them both.
As easy as that. We got the tank into place. Now we got to worry about getting the bulkheads hooked up, and we're going to use one for the overflow, one for the return if we want the water passing through, or if we want to use both as overflows and have the returns coming back in both of them, making the water go like this all the way through. We don't know yet, but here's the lighting we picked out for it, and got the remote with it. So we're ready to go, and then this will be the canopy up top. So that one's got glass lids. This one won't need it, but I will have to block off the back side of the canopy. And whenever I block off the back side of the canopy to keep the fish in it, I always have to, drill holes on the side, a bunch of holes, and put a computer fan inside there blowing through. But we need to keep fish from getting out. So I'm going to have to make some sort of covers for this. So if a fish jumps up, it don't fall down in. So I'm going to have to make a cover for both of these and then block off the back side of the top to make this work without glass lids. And then we'll just put a feeding hole in the top of the canopy to where we don't even have to open it. There's just a hole there we can drop food through. And this is one step closer. Okay, so we found this. Jerry, you want to put your arms out? I'm going to go ahead and pull this out a little bit. This will be the background. Or, yeah, we definitely don't want coral on it. But this will be the background for it now. It's the right height. We just got to cut the length out now. And for the bulkheads, me and Josh went looking, and we think it's these bulkheads right here. Geez, if these two fit, we'll be okay. If not, these two will fit and we'll be okay. And then these are going to be the returns sticking out from them black things at the top. So I'm going to have to pipe them in too. But I think we got a good start on it. So let's see what we can get done. What do you think, Jerry?
So far, so good, bro.
Now, Jerry wanted to explain to you about what we were going to plan on decorating, and I decided let's hold off on that talk for a minute until we can get this tank up and going and running, because if we can't get it decorated to where the Geophagus won't rip out the newly planted plants, we're going to have to leave him in back, and he won't be part of this video. So we're not going to talk about the plans we got for decorations in there. We're just going to get it and try it and see if it works, and then we'll talk about it if it works.
I'll do my best to get the Geo in here.
Yes, he wants it in here.
A couple of others that might come up on the list too.
Okay, so this is going to be definitely the discus tank with live plants. That's the main thing, and if we can get the Geo to fit in with them, great. Josh wants to leave the elephant nose back there because he is eating pieces of shrimp, and he's also eating pelleted food.
He's eating dry food. Dry
food. So we're going to leave him back there instead of bringing him up here. Jerry, come back over here. I'm going to go ahead, unroll this just a little bit, like so. Okay. Now, that way I can cut it.
I'll put my fingers up here.
You good? Get my fingers in front of it. Okay, ready? What is going on? Here we go.
What can I say? We don't have the third stooge.
Okay, so we cut it to length, and I took a little notch out of the end. See how I notched that? That way, when you try and stick it into the piece right here, the little piece of trim, the part that's notched out can come out right here, and you can tape this. So the rest is tucked down in the trim. So I did that on both sides, and now we're getting ready to mount this. Let me get the tripod again, and I'll set it back up. Okay, so we got the tripod set up. Piece of tape, Jerry. While you do that, I'll get this set.
Six inches.
Is that all you got to offer? No, I just want.
I was going to ask you if it was big enough. I didn't want to put it on camera. You and your pooch
2 inches. Thank you. Now hold your end up to the right height. I'm gonna put my end in the.
I gotta fight a tree over here.
Why is the center not going down?
Right under the edge, or
inside the bottom trim. Oh, this ain't the right size background.
No, but it will be. Once we get everything in there, that'll be covered up.
No. I'm not even down far enough into the trim, and we're already 2 inches away, 3 inches away from the top.
So if we bring it all the way up, that's going to be covered up with the scape. You want to get it perfect, what part do you? I'm saying that the scape, you're only going to have about an inch above the rim, and the scape, the gravel's going to go up that high.
We're going to have sand in the center. It ain't going to stick up 6 inches.
You're going to have sand in the middle?
You said between those two towers.
Well, yeah, sand, but
it ain't going to be 6 inches deep.
Gravel. No, it ain't going to be 6 inches deep, but it's going to be a couple inches.
Okay, all this. Okay, the first background was too small, so we went ahead and used this red background that we got that matches the room with the red curtains. That's more red curtains there, and the tablecloth. So that matches the room. So red and black. Skylar's going to really like it because that's her favorite two colors. We put the canopy on for over here and got that tank back to its normal. Jerry, you want to put all the stuff back up on top of the tank?
I will.
And so now that's back to normal. This one's here, how this is going to sit. So all we got to do is get the plumbing now. Get the plumbing.